Well, dude, you want to do some begging for email?
All right.
We got a couple of emails, kind of interesting emails this week. I want to specifically address one because, as I said at the beginning of the show, I think this is an opportunity for maybe you and I to lend our vast experience and knowledge in life situations to maybe help a young fella out and, give him some guidance in his journey.
Okay.
All right, so here's some begging for email.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neeley and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right. We got a email this week. I always find it interesting when we get an email like this from an area of the world that you would never think in a million years would the show would translate.
Okay.
We got an email from Ukraine.
From the Ukraine.
From
nice.
the Ukraine. And this guy who emailed us, when you think of somebody from Ukraine, the Ukraine trying to speak English,
yeah,
stereotypically, who would you compare it to if you were, say, to reference a movie or a character in a movie?
From the Ukraine?
Yeah, somebody, not specifically from the Ukraine, but somebody in that Russian.
Yeah, it would be any one of these, like Ivan Drago or something.
Yeah, like the guy that was in Rocky, right? I will crush you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought of immediately, right?
Sure.
So this email comes from the Ukraine from Stanislav Barabash.
Stanislav Barabash.
Stanislav Barabash.
All right, I'm going to call him Stan.
Okay.
All right.
Subject title, Like radio.
All right.
Like radio very much.
Good, Stan.
Like radio very much.
Me likes radio very much.
Exactly. Hi there.
Hi.
I'm from Ukraine.
Okay.
I want to write the letter with gratitude who participated in providing this radio station from myself and my colleagues.
All right.
Working as the most part of the day at the computer, I listen to your radio station.
All right.
Your radio station helps me, ordinary office manager, configured to work and little to distract from the task of the boss.
Okay, sort of with them.
So did you follow that?
We're a good distraction from his cunt boss.
Yeah, more or less. He's got nothing more to do except sit there at his computer and pound out on the keys all day, and it's a nice distraction from the task of his boss.
He can work like a slave, but we make it better.
Exactly.
All right.
If you have promotional materials with a logo of your radio station, pens, a sticker, a T-shirt, send me.
All right.
If it does not entail significant costs for your radio.
All right. Well, it does.
It would be remarkable.
Remarkable.
Yes.
Well, Stan, you could send me $25 and we could send you a shirt.
We do appreciate you.
Thank you.
And that's from Stanislav Barabash in the Ukraine.
Thank you, Stanislav.
So I may not send him a shirt, but I may throw a few CMS bumper stickers.
Send him a shirt.
Send him, well, he didn't give me a size or anything.
Oh. Or an address.
No, he did give me an address.
He give you an address?
Yeah. He did.
He's in the Ukraine?
Yes.
Send him a small. They can't afford to eat.
No, I thought I'd send a couple of bumper stickers.
All right, yeah, why not?
I could throw that in an envelope. They ain't going to cost me $1 million.
Yeah.
So why not?
All right, Stan, you get stickers.
Yeah. Stan gets a sticker.
Good for Stan.
Yep. So, anyway, well, this next email comes from a listener in the Classic Metal Show chat room.
Okay.
He's kind of made his presence known recently.
Okay.
And, when I don't get to participate in the chat room as much as you do because, I'm paying attention to running the board and the show and just trying to stay organized here, so I don't get to sit there and see really what's going on unless you draw my attention to something.
Sure.
But periodically I peek in there, see if I see anything happening. I kind of recognize some of the names week after week.
Sure.
And one of the more recent people who I've noticed pop in there lately is a guy by the name of Eddie Rocks.
Oh, Eddie Rocks. Sure.
Yes. So Eddie Rocks sent you and I an email.
Okay.
A very detailed email.
All right.
And it's kind of, not to sound like an old softy, but this kind of pulled on my heartstrings a little bit.
Oh, boy. How sweet.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Chris and Neeley.
Hey, buddy.
My name's Edward. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Well, welcome.
18 years old, Latino, and I love hard rock and heavy metal music, of course.
All right.
So even though you and I, or at least me, I'm a Trump fan.
Yeah.
This does not seem to deter Eddie from being a fan of the show.
He's probably a fan of mine, but tolerates you.
You're probably right.
Because, I'm not a Trump guy, so
Yeah.
it's...
Sure. I'm in the chat room, of course, as Eddie Rocks.
All right.
I'm a big fan since I discovered the show from YouTube. It kind of proves my point about the whole YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I think it was recommended clip to see.
All right.
The clip was Eddie Trunk doesn't get Steel Panther.
Oh, yeah, that's an oldie.
Yeah, that's what started it for me.
Okay.
This funny collaboration with you two is what made me really laugh.
Okay.
I listened to the clip after clip. I found an interesting topic and wasn't disappointed.
Disappointed!
Exactly. I think we should play that just for Eddie.
All right.
Because that is one of our favorite all-time clips.
Sure.
Here we go.
Disappointed!
Exactly. So he wasn't disappointed.
Oh, good.
I finally started to tune into the show live on June of 2016, a little while after I graduated high school.
Great.
So I'm glad to see that Eddie did not allow us to interfere with his higher and learning education.
Yeah, thank God he made it.
Yes. I have to thank you for giving me good laughs, entertaining me, and having me rock out.
Okay.
For a while in my family, there's been a bit of struggling issues. So thankfully I have my music, the funny stuff I like to watch, and cheer me up, and this show has been a big help as well.
Well, good.
So we got him through the dark days.
That's great.
How many times have we heard that?
Quite a few. More than I would have ever expected.
You and me both.
It's crazy.
You've gotten me through the dark times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've gotten people through divorces and deaths in their family and all kinds of different shit.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is. It is. The story...
I mean, who would have ever thought that you and I could be inspirational with this dumb shit?
Well, this is why I wanted to address this specific email.
Okay.
Because of just what you just said.
All right.
The stories of both your lives are so interesting to hear, and the things you've seen and done, especially Chris.
Wow.
Not only with the things you've been through, but getting to see those bands and be friends with them, too. Metallica and Pantera are the ones I am the most jealous of because I love them both.
Well, great.
I have yet to go to a concert, but Metallica is playing in town on June 14th, the day before my birthday, and so my mom told me about it and said she was going to work on getting tickets.
Well, I hope she took a second mortgage to afford them.
I'm not exactly sure what I would be doing in the future. I have a lot of interest in filmmaking, some photography, and doing something with music, of course. I have a few dreams and goals of mine. Making my own movies with my friends, having my own rock/bar club, or my own music label. But I have to start working and have to have a job first.
Yeah, all right.
I don't want to be like that Moogle idiot. So anyway, thanks for reading this and hearing my fanatic thoughts.
All right.
I'm not sure if I'll ever call the show, but maybe one day if the time and the topic's right. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to make a request. I'd like to hear my favorite song from a band I love, and I know you guys do as well. Let's make the Lone Star hot tonight. Blind in Texas by Wasp. Hail and Kill, Fuck You Pal, and Hand Job. Eddie rocks.
Well, thanks, Eddie. It's quite the email.
Yeah, it is. So, in a most serious note,
Yes.
I wanna give Eddie a little piece of advice since he reached out to us with a very well crafted email.
Yes.
I'm going to give you what I want to call a little bit of sage advice.
Okay.
If you're ever going to be successful in life, Eddie, you're 18 years old. You really have a lifetime ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things you can do for yourself to be successful in this life is don't make any of the common mistakes that so many people do, especially young people. And my advice to you is stay away from the pitfalls that will put you in the hole immediately.
Okay.
And this is going to sound like old man Neeley talking.
All right.
But this is just the truth of the matter. Stay away from the drugs. Stay away from the alcohol. Don't smoke. And biggest of all, don't get a chick pregnant. Seriously. You do that early in your life and you are fucked for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
You are fucked for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've got some dreams that you want to fulfill, be it getting into video or photography or, running a rock club. I don't necessarily suggest you run a record label because that's kind of a losing deal now. There's really nothing to gain in that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's over.
That's over. That unfortunately is a bygone era.
Yep.
Video is good. I would suggest that if that's really your passion, that you enroll in some kind of if they have like a community college with some kind of a video photography program.
Mm-hmm.
Start somewhere.
Yeah.
At least get your foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, if you have an opportunity to intern somewhere or work with a videographer or work for a photography studio, and even if they're not going to pay you, take the opportunity.
Sure.
Do it. Even if you don't get paid, the experience that you will get just from getting the exposure will open up a lot of doors, and also it will test whether your passions are real or not. And, don't turn down those opportunities because, how much am I getting paid? How much am I getting paid?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you a story about a friend of ours, is somebody that both Chris and I knew, who passed away at a very early age. He was only 45.
Right.
He was a really good singer.
Mm-hmm.
Sang in local bands. Good performer, good vocalist. Because of the connections that both Chris and I have had in the music business, I had an opportunity for him to showcase his vocals on a potential CD of what would you call that?
A national release.
Yeah, it was various artists is what it was. It was going to be like a cover record or maybe even with some original music. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't going to be one record with one singer. It was going to be a record that featured maybe a half a dozen singers.
Sure.
And the artist that was doing this record asked me if I knew any vocalists. Mm-hmm. And the first guy that came to mind was our friend Mike.
Right.
And I told him, I said, hey, Mike, our good friend has this, he's putting this record together. He's recording this. They got the music. He's looking for various vocalists to fill out the roster. Mm-hmm. I said, I think this would be a great opportunity to showcase your talent.
Right.
And the first thing out of his mouth, how much am I getting paid?
Right, sure.
And I said, you may not get paid anything. This might be an opportunity to open up a door that wouldn't have been opened up for you before. Well, if I'm not getting paid, forget it.
Okay.
Well, then don't be that guy, Eddie.
Yeah.
If you truly want to pursue some kind of a passion, if videography, photography, rock music, whatever it is, whatever your passion is at your age at 18, if you can start with a clean slate and ferret out those opportunities and really find what it is that really trips your trigger, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
I've been doing this radio show for 21 years.
Yep.
Never turned a dime on it. Never turned a dime. Mm-hmm. And that's not what's important to me. The important thing is that I got to do what I wanted to do. Yeah, I work a job. Yeah, I pay the bills with other income sources, but at least I got to do this and fulfill my dream.
And you got to do it your way, too.
And I got to do it my way.
Yep.
But I did not go out there and impregnate some girl. I didn't get involved with drugs, didn't get involved with alcohol, didn't do some stupid shit that ruined my chances at doing something that I loved and enjoyed. And I have good health. And without your health, and I know this sounds like old man Neeley talking, without your health, you got nothing.
Right.
If you're sick all the time, or you can't get out of bed, or you can't perform, or you can't work, or whatever the case may be, you got nothing.
Yeah.
So keep it clean, work hard, follow your passions, don't make mistakes, don't fall into the pitfalls, and don't listen to your stupid liberal snowflake friends. That's my speech.
There you go. I'll just add this. While he's 18 and living at home,
well, I would imagine he just graduated high school.
Yeah, so he's probably still living at home. So, you know what? Take your shot right now at some of the shit that you want to do while you're at home, while you don't have any bills. If he wants to be a videographer, wants to make videos or something, he could for $100 or $150, whatever it would cost, he could buy, depending on what he has, iMovie or Adobe, whatever Adobe's thing is, Premiere, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy that program for $100, $150, get your mom to buy it for you. Go on YouTube and learn how to use it. Commit a month to learning how to use it. Throw up a fucking free WordPress site and start making videos for people. Do it on the cheap. While you don't have bills to pay, learn. Use that time to learn and grow your shit. Maybe by the time you're 21, 22 years old, you're doing videos for companies or something. And I'll just, not to get involved with the video thing too much, but it's just because I'm doing some videos for some people right now. There's good money in that shit. I'm doing a video here in next month for a lawyer, and literally it's going to be sit down and videotape this guy with an iPhone, no less, for a minute and dress it up with, some flashy shit. And I'm making $800, just to do one video. Video is very popular. If you're into it, go do it.
Yeah.
My point is if you have the opportunity to do something yourself instead of working for somebody else, and you have the mentality to do that, then you should do that. Because as somebody that's done both, I would never go back. I would go back if I was that or homeless. I would go back to working for somebody else. But, man, it is nice to work at home.
Yeah. Well, and the only reason, and one of the biggest reasons I've wanted to take this time out, Eddie, is because you are 18. You do have a clean slate. Keep it clean, man. Don't fuck it up. Don't whatever you do, don't knock some girl up. Otherwise, you're going to be babysitting instead of working on your video program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you're going to be working some, minimum wage job so you can buy that baby diapers.
Yeah, dude, I did that. I mean, I knocked Georgetta up when she was 19, 20, whatever it was. I was 19, 20. And, I look at, forget the divorce part of it, but I really didn't get started in life until I was, 36?
Yeah.
I was making $30,000 a year till I was 36. And I don't know if that's a lot or a little. I know it ain't a lot. I'll put it that way. I know that $30,000 a year is not a lot of money. But, it wasn't until I was 36 when I just said, fuck it, I'm going to start doing shit my way. And that's when I started making money. And believe me when I tell you, Eddie or Neeley or whoever's listening, the fact that I gave up from 21 years old, I'll say, until 36 and worked that job where I got fried and all that other shit because I just didn't want to work hard, that fucking pisses me off to no end.
Yeah, you can never get that time back.
And Neeley, especially how hard I do work. Don't you think if I had those extra 20 years, I would absolutely be a millionaire at this point?
Sure, absolutely.
Losing that amount of time cost me millions of dollars because I am smart and I am aggressive and I wasted the time. Not that, raising my kids was a waste of time, but if I didn't have any kids and no obligations and wouldn't have been, addicted to pussy, I would have probably done a whole lot more. I would have made a lot more money. And then I could really be addicted to pussy because I'd have the money to back it.
Sure.
So that's all.
All right. Well, that's a little advice from your pals here at the Classic Metal Show.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. All right. What do you say we take a short break? I know you had a song in mind. What would you like to hear?
I would like to hear Finland's Jan, whatever his name is, Jan Patrick. He sent us a song. It's him and Glenn Drover.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually with Glenn Drover?
Yeah, he's recording an album with Glenn Drover. You didn't know this?
I was not aware of this.
Yeah, Finland
Jan Patrick.
Yeah, Finland Patrick is recording a record with Glenn Drover from Megadeth fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the name of the song is called Gone But Not Forgotten.
Okay.
And it's the first thing that he's finished and released. I've heard a few of the songs. They're quite good.
Really?
As you can imagine with fucking Glenn Drover playing guitar.
Okay.
So, yeah. Finland Patrick is a musician.
I wasn't aware of that. I just thought he was a drunk.
Well, he's a drunk musician.
Okay. All right. Well, let's check this out. Something from one of our own, one of the CMS alumni. This is Jan Patrick with Gone But Not Forgotten, featuring Glenn Drover, formerly of Megadeth fame, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.